Previous video, let's go with that. So today we are going to see some of the functions. What is function means? You give some value, it returns the value, like we have seen right in the previous lesson. What we have seen, let's say we want to get that year. Let's say get date is also one type of function. What it returns? It returns a value. Okay, it returns a value. Get date is one type of function, it returns a value. Now see, I didn't pass any value into that one, I just passed the only one thing. I didn't pass anything, just I passed the null value inside the bracket. I didn't pass anything, so it is returning the get date. If I do same with the year, it is also one function, but when I execute that, it will show an error because it will ask me one I need to pass one parameter to the function. So how to I'll just pass the get date. So then in the get date, so instead of the get date, I'll pass some year, 2013-01-01. I'll just pass this. So by default, what it will take? From that, it will extract the year. See, 2013. So year is a function, right? I'm passing some date. So from the date, it is extracting the year. If I can pass month also, whatever I want. This is a month also function. So these are all the system defined functions. Okay. Even if you want to get, like, there are many things. If you want to get convert is also one type of function, right? We are converting the data type. Cast, as we explained like previous one, it is also one type of function. So that all are system defined functions. So apart from the system defined functions, user also can define some functions. So as per the user defined functions, there are three categories that you can define. The function that user is going to declare, you is going to define, that they are divided into three categories. One is a scalar function. And another is an inline table value function. And another is a multi-statement table value function. So see, this is a scalar function, inline table valued function, and multi-statement table value function. So it is a inline and multi-statement. Okay. So inline table valued function, multi-statement table valued function. We will go one by one. What is a scalar? If you want, make a note. Scalar is nothing but we will call this all three functions as UDF. UDF means user defined function. UDF means user defined function. So normally we will go with the scalar function. Scalar function means, see, we have seen two functions last time, like you use get date. Are you passing any value to the get date? No. But for the year, you are passing a value. So one more thing is that, I'll just do undo. One more thing is that the function should always return a value. When I execute this function, it should always return a value. Functions will always return a value. That is the default answer. Whenever you create a function, it should always return a value. There will be no function without returning a value. Okay. The value will be written based on your input. So some functions there is no need for you to pass the input, but for some functions definitely you need to pass an input. Okay, that is the thing. Now here select get date, and I am passing select month of the date. Okay, done. So I am passing some values. The both are returning some values. I am passing some values to it, and both are returning some values, right? Both are returning some values. So that is nothing but every function returns a value. Okay. In the scalar function, I am explaining level. This is the final thing. I will not explain this again. Okay. Scalar function, I will show you example, but I will not repeat this again. Scalar function, this all three functions called UDF functions. Scalar function means it will accept 0 or 1 parameter, 0 or any number of parameters you can do. It will accept 0 parameter, or you can pass any number of parameters. Like for the date add, how many parameters we are passing for the date add? For the date add function, we are passing 3 parameters. So what are the parameters? Date add, Okay, first we are passing which one we want, month, that is also one parameter. Next we are passing, so whatever the year we are passing like month, how many months I want to add. After that I will passing get date. This is also one type of parameter, right? Oh. Okay, so I am passing 3 parameters to the get date function, and the output is I am getting only one output, that is the after adding I am getting that one output. Okay, like this we can pass one parameter and we can pass any number of parameters. Above one we are passing only one, right? These are the system defined. We can also define the parameters. So that like this. Scalar means it will always return only one value. Only one value will be returned by the scalar. Only one value will be returned. As when we do the get date, you are returning only one value. You are not getting the multiple columns also. You are not getting multiple records also. Just you are getting only one value and only one column. Okay, that function we will call it as scalar function. Scalar user defined function. Okay, and in the scalar function there are like many things. I will not go depth, so I'll just give. So scalar functions you can just only give one value and it will return only that value, and we'll go and see that we'll go and create a scalar function. One small function we'll create. Select at the rate of sorry, my mind is somewhere. Scalar function. Now, so I will declare scalar function. I will just declare create. Same way, function is also object. So always you will do create, and which we are creating function. So write function. Okay, which one we are creating? We are creating function. So after this I will write scalar add two numbers. Add two numbers. I will just give add two numbers. After that what I will do? I will just give one thing, as, and which one it returns an integer. Always function returns an value. You need to give which type of it returns, what type the output will be. You need to always give that. So I will write returns. So I want to return as integer. So I will just give integer. Oh sorry, it not returns, it will return. What is this? Oh sorry, I need to give this one. Returns. Yeah. Okay, returns, and I should give the bracket here. If I want to pass the parameter, we are going to see that one also. And next I will give as. After as, I will just do begin. Okay, I will just give here one thing, return. I want to add two numbers, 10 plus 12, and after this I will write end. Now I have created a function. Okay, I will write add two numbers, and I will create a function. So the function will be created. If I want to see the output of the function as a get date, same, but you are not passing any values, right? So normally the functions you can do always, you can write select dbo dot, by default it will be stored in dbo. So dbo dot and a function name. What are the function name you got? You can give s add two numbers. And I will just give the bracket. So when I add this function, what happens? I will get the output. So 10 plus 12 is 22. This is, I am not passing any values. Now I will create a same function by passing two values. I will create a same function by passing some values. This is a scalar function parameterized. I will pass a parameter. I will pass variables. You can call variables and you can call parameter also. Okay, parameter is nothing but at the back end it uses the variable only. Okay, so you can call whatever you want. I will call it as passing parameters. Parameters variables. In order to store the parameter values, you need to have the variables. That's it. Now the same function I'll just, because I can't create a with any, remember, no object. Object means functions, tables, that all comes. Indexes is also one type of object. So you can't create any object with the same name. Okay, the object ID should be, object name should be different. So that's why I'll use select either. I'll write parameter, and now I'll give 2 1. Same, how you declare the variable? Instead of using declare, you will directly give one thing. I'll add I'll add parameter 1 as integer, comma, I'll add parameter at the rate of parameter to integer. That's it. Okay. I'll write create function, and whatever thing I want, I'll give it as the name, and after that, oh, parameter 1 integer, parameter 2 integer. It's the only thing. Returns integer. That's it, right? Yeah. Here I think. Let's see. Yeah. Return at the rate of para 1 plus at the rate of para 2. Yeah, create function I have given. So what is the error is showing? Oh, sorry.
Para
Yeah.
1 and para 2.
Sorry.
You have to set the values for para 1 and para 2.
No, we need to pass them. It is a clear thing. It is not a wrong thing, because we are having the error is showing that see, incorrect syntax here must be the only statement in the batch, because we are having multiple statements here, right? So that's why it is showing an error. It's not a thing. If I execute only this one, if I select this and execute this one, then you will get the output. Okay. Now if we do, the function will be created. Done. Function is created. Now what is the function name? The function name is same para. Now if whatever the value I pass, I will be getting the sum of that values 10 comma 20. Then what will be the output now? Addition of 10 comma 20, it should be 30. See, 30. If I give 11 comma 20, it should be 31. See. It is a dynamical thing. Whatever values you will pass, based that on value, that value will be summed up and you can get the output. Okay. This is above one is a single function. You are not passing any values, and here below you are the same function, you are passing the values. That's it. This is for the scalar. So whenever you want to call the function, you can call this function. Okay. And see, always you can call this. You can't call this function by star from. Okay. But there is some function you need to call that function by using the star from. You can assume that function as a tables. I will show you when can you call and where can you call, where you can't call. Okay. This is for the scalar. We are done. So I will just open a new query. So what is scalar means? Scalar, you can pass value. There is no need for you to pass the values also, but it should always return a value. Not only scalar function, any function it returns a value, but scalar function it returns only one value and only one column. That's it. Only one value and only one column. Now come the scenario. If I want to return the multiple values, okay, that you can return by using inline and multi statement, and I will show what is the inline and what is the multi statement. Okay. So in the inline table value function, it just returns the table. It just return the table, but in the return statement you can use only one select query. We can see the difference once we see the example. And for the scalar function, what we are given the begin and end, but for the inline function, see, in the scalar function when I created, I have given begin and end, but for the inline function we will not create. Okay, we can discuss once we created all the function, then we can discuss. Okay, I will give one thing. Oh, sorry, one more thing. I created this all functions in the master. Actually, you should not create anything in the master. So in order to see the functions, just create programmability functions. So here I will be waiting that it is not the scalar value function, right? Scalar value. So I will just delete them. See, by default, I didn't assign anything. By default, the values are stored under this one only. System recognize them as a scalar, and by default, see, in the functions folder you are having two types, table valued and the system. In the table values, it is again two types. What is it? Multi statement and inline. Okay, multi statement and inline. By default, when you create a function, according to that, the system understands which type of function it will store. See, whatever the function we are creating is scalar, and the system also stored them under the scalar value function only by default. Okay, that is it. So I'll just change this connection to this one, test, and I'll create them. Just only create them, nothing to worry. Executed, created, and again I'll create this one also. Done. Yeah. Now we will go if I want to return multiple values. If I want to return like 2 columns, and if I want to return like multiple values records, how to do? Let's do one thing. Okay, so how I'll be doing is that, yeah, I think we got some tables. I'll just go the temp table and test table, and we'll be getting some tables here. So we'll just use some table. Yeah, we got some company table, right? Now if you pass some value, I should get some value returned. So I'll just select the and select top 1000 records. I got some records, so I'll just copy this query. So instead of top 1000 records, I'll just copy this query. So let the query be. We can copy this query later on. So how to declare this? This one, like the table inline function. Okay, inline table valued function. So how to decide them? So basically we use the same thing. Create function. There is nothing to define. Create function, but the way we create, in that way they are categorized into different types. Then I'll give the function name as table valued, and I will be getting as company. Okay, because it is a function, table valued function, it is a, I'm getting data from the company, so I'll give just that name. After that, how many columns I am returning? Okay, or else like I can write, if I want to pass any parameter, I'll pass. I don't pass, then I'll just return table, because I'm returning in columns, right? I'll just return the type as table. Okay, see, I have written the table. Okay, sorry, I should give normal returns, right? It should not be right. Returns table, and after the table, I'll just give as, and there will be no begin and end. Just I'll write return in the brackets. Okay, I'll give that query. Whatever the query I got, I'll just write return, and in the brackets I'll give that query. There is no begin and end, that's it. And here I can write only one select statement. I can't write multiple statements here. Just only one statement I can write it here. Okay, so this is the thing. If I execute this, then that will be created. But better thing, whenever you create any object, then you give go. Now if I want to alter the function, if I do this, again it will show already one object exists, right? I can just give alter command. Yeah, we will be doing later on. Now see, in the scalar what we did, we call the function select. Let's try to do this by same. Select dbo dot, what is the function name? T company. Try to do that. Oh, again I created them in the master. sorry, I'll just refresh it. So now by default they will be created under the, it will not be created under the this one scalar. See, it will be created by default under a table value. I'll just delete this. It's my habit. I'll always forget to change that server name. Okay, created. Now if I do this, but you can't call the table valued function by using just select function name. But the scalar you did. Table valued function, both inline and multi statement table valued function, you can't directly call this. You can call by using select star from. When you use this, then you will get the output. See, okay, the same thing. If I want to alter the function for accepting some parameters, how to do that? Just instead of create, you use just alter function. That's it. Alter function, and here I'll pass the parameters. What are the thing it is returning? It is returning CID as integer, comma, returning year. Here I'll write it at the rate of year. At the rate of year. Oh, sorry, I forgot it. If you want to pass, I want to get values for only certain year. Okay. If I want to get only for like year 2000, because currently I am getting 2010 and 11, right? I just want to pass the year. Integer. Okay, I just want to pass the year, and whatever the value I pass, it should filter the value, only year value I should get. So here just inside the same query, where the column is year, right? Year equal to at the rate of year. At the rate of year means we are passing this value into this value, and we are filtering that. Now see, when I do go, automatically it will be created. Now the same function when I execute, it will not allow me to execute, because there is one parameter I am asking. That function requires one parameter. So definitely I need to pass that parameter. See, so I'll give 2010. When I give 2010, now I'll get the data for 2010 only. When I give 2011, then I'll get the data for 2011. Okay, so like that. This is this is other type of function called table value, inline table valued function. Inline table value function. Okay, we are going to see the differences at the end. Delete. And what is a multi statement? So in the inline table value function, in the return, you can give only one select statement. You can't give, like, you can't insert here. You can't write one other statement like insert into temp table, and you can't do that here. You can only give one select statement. That's it. You can't insert this into another temp table, and you can't call that other temp table here again. But so if you want to add multiple statements, then there is one more function call. You can just only use select only. You can't use any insert or any update statements here. You can just only use select. If you want to write two statements like insert and select, if you want to use two statements, then there is one more function type called multi-statement inline function. Multi-statement table valued function. Okay. So if multi-statement in the name, it as the name indicates multi-statement, so you can write multi-statement, but in the inline you can write only one statement. Okay. The same function I am going to convert it into, like, next step we are going to do the multi-statement table valued function. Okay. How to create multi-statement? Just I will copy this. Okay. The same thing we are going to convert. I will just keep it here, and the below I am going to write the multi-value. So how I am going to write create function, and I will name on this like table valued function, inline table valued function. Inline table value function. This is a multi-value table line function. I'll always I am a little bit confused that multi-statement table, and my mind is somewhere table valued function. Okay. So here I'll just remove that. So how to the same thing I am going to convert into multi-valued, where it accepts two statements. Okay. So how to do the multi-value? Just simple. Whatever we are doing, I'll just show you. Create function. Instead of t, I'll give multi company, and after this, here comes the scenario. So previously what we are given, we are just given return, here we can do that, we are given return as table. Now we are going to give the structure of the table returns. So I have given the returns. Now I will give the table name. I will write it as company, COM. I will just write company, and I will give the structure. So it is returning CID, it is an integer type, and next it is returning at the rate. I need to always pass. I think I don't need to pass at the rate. Let's check. Yeah, we should not pass here, because we are creating a table at the rate CID, and here I'll name it as integer, and after that we got quarter, right? QTR, I'll name it as integer. After that we got one more called amount, I'll name it as integer. So this is a way. Here I have just written table, but here we are giving the structure of the table. We are giving a variable, okay, and we are giving the structure of the table. And okay, this is a one more thing, we are given the variable, and we need to give the table also. Now it is done. After that, as, but in the previous query we didn't use any begin, but now you need to use the begin. Okay, after using the begin, just whatever I want I can write it here. I'll just insert the values, insert into the temp table at the rate of com, and I'll just write select star from this query. Whatever thing I got, I'll just do the select star from. When I do, automatically that will be inserted, right? Done. After this, here I'll write return, and after this I'll write end. That's it. This is, so what you did here, what is the difference between the above one and below one? Above one you are not defining the structure, just you are giving the table. So whatever the output it will be written, that output will be taken, that will be the default structure. But here you are manually specifying the structure, and here you are writing only one select statement. You are writing giving return, and after that you are writing statement. But here I am writing two statement. I am writing insert and select. Okay, and here you are using begin and end. When I do execute this, that function will be executed. I'll just remove this for only for understanding purpose. I have pasted that. Now I'll write select star from. Same, both functions you should write from, but the scalar you can just write select and you can give the function dbo dot, what is the function name, m company. That's it. I have given the m company. When I do this, I will get the output. And the same thing, I am passing this. I will be creating this one as a parameterized. I have written here the comment as parameterized. No, right? Instead of in the scalar, I have created two functions separately. One is for the without parameters, another is for the parameter. But here also I can do same thing, but I am showing how to alter the function. This okay. You can do by creating other function also, but I just want to alter the existing function. So parameterized here, what I will give? I will give here the same thing I will pass here, and it is of integer type. After this, here company where, so it is the function is already created, right? The same name function. So I will just write alter. I am altering the existing function. Here I will give where here equal to @ here. That's it, done. I will just execute the function. Now I will call the function, but here in the select list, now I need to pass the here also. Okay, this is the thing that you are going to do. If I give 2011, I will get the data for the 2011. So please, you create the table name accordingly and you practice them. You create the table name with CID, year and quarter and amount. You can just have the sample data that I have and you can go with that. Okay. So now I will just send the three types of function. This is a scalar. Okay, this is the three types of functions. So you might be seeing that. I'll be explaining. You can see the difference when I keep all here. See, what is a scalar function is doing? It is returning only one value, and there is a begin and end. Okay, and it is returning only one value, one column. But what is an inline table valued function? It is returning multiple values and multiple records. It will not have begin and end. And you can write only one statement, that is also select statement. When it is a multi-value table line function, what you are going to do? You are going to write here this one. You are going to give the structure. See, in the inline table value function, you are giving default return as table, but here you are going to create a structure for the table. This syntax is nothing but the as we discussed, it is a table variable. Yesterday we discussed, right? It is a type of table variable, right? So the same thing syntax you will be using here. You have created one variable and the type as table, and then you are given the structure for that. That's it. In the return, you are inserting into the table what are the results you got from that, you are inserting them, and you will be writing begin and end. And one more thing is that for the scalar you will not be using from, you will just write select function name, but for the inline and multi statement table value function you will be using the select star from. Okay, these are the major difference between them. Once you practice, and you will be clear with them. Okay.